Joe here from Xbox Games, and check it out. We got, of course, the Perses by Nerf Rival, and this thing rocks. So before we even start, definitely, come on. You guys already know it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you guys get in on the giveaways. Okay, enough with that. So let's get to the review of this blaster. We've had this one for about 6 months now. It came out, I think, about 8 months or 6 months ago. We got it a few months after it came out, but it was kind of hard to get every time we looked on Amazon or even in our local stores. The thing was just sold out. So it's been out for a decent time. And this thing, again, it absolutely rocks. And we just kind of want to go over it in case some of you guys are out there, you know, looking at this blaster, whether it's at your Target or Walmart or Amazon, and kind of wondering if it's something that, you know, you want to get or maybe pick up on the secondary market. So we picked this up on Amazon. I think it was right about $100. When you get them from Amazon, it just comes in a gray box, right? It doesn't come in a actual Nerf Rival box. And it saves a few bucks, I guess, on shipping or something. I don't know. So it doesn't come in anything fancy, and you just got 40 balls, the blaster, the battery, and the charger. So it's a very, like, just straight from the manufacturer box, which I don't mind. I really do like getting the box sometimes so I can put it up on my shelf, but sometimes, right, you're kind of just saying, hey, you know, I really just want the blaster. Now, this is, again, one of the newer ones that have come out from Nerf Rival, and I think they've done a very good job on this blaster. It's really everything that some of these blasters were kind of lacking, which I hope they would have. So when I seen this, I was like, wow, that actually does everything that I wanted all of those to do and puts it into one blaster, which I think is awesome. So first off, let's take a look at the blaster. I mean, aesthetically, just looking at it, it's very nice. A very compact, fast-shooting blaster. Again, I'm a huge red fan. The red and black, I think, looks awesome with kind of the orange accents for the barrel there. And kind of this back section, really like the back brace, the grip, the bottom guard. I think it was all well integrated nicely. Of course, the biggest thing for me, yes, the actual grip itself or the handle. It actually feels really good. It's not too big. It's not too small. I think it's a perfect size for both adult as well as kid size hands, which I think is awesome. On the bottom for your little sling holder there, they got that little orange piece. So, you know, you can have that sling on there so you can reload really quickly or hang it, you know, so you don't have to, you know, hold the weight of this thing up every single time you want to go and have a Nerf war. And that's nice because some of these I've seen with no actual sling on there, especially some of the bigger ones where you just don't have it. You're just like, hey, you got to lug this particular thing around. Now, as you can see kind of on the right-hand side here, the safety, yeah, it's on both right and left sides, which is awesome. There have been a few Nerf Rivals where they're just on one side, and it kind of caters to someone who's right-handed, right? So this one, it doesn't matter which side you're on. You could flip that on and off, or that safety switch with both your right and left hand, which is awesome. So, I mean, so far, so good, right? I mean, you're checking all of these things off on a Nerf blaster that, I mean, I want, right? I'm like, I want this, I want this, I want a good handle. Now, the top feeding mechanism here, I think, is one of the most interesting ones that I've seen. I really like how they integrated that nicely into the body, right? Before, on some of the older blasters, you had the big, huge battery cage that you stuck up there. They stuck that in the front, which we'll get to. But this top feeding piece, yeah, you pretty much, it's its own solid piece. But to fill it up, you just pop out that top, that plastic top. You dump the balls in there. It holds about 40. You could definitely squeeze a few more in there. But usually if you stay around the 35 to 40 mark, you're pretty much golden, right? You're not going to jam too many in there. I have seen, and I'll pop it up right there, there's been a couple hopper extensions, which double, if not double and a half the capacity that this does, because you're going to need it. I mean, you're going to rip through 40 rounds in this thing really quickly, especially when it's full auto, right? So you can get a couple of those. They cost right around about $40. We plan to get one for this particular model. You can close it up. Now, one of the cool things about this too is the hopper is not built into the blaster. You can actually pop it out of there. So there is a lever over here on the left side, which you can pull. And when you pull that, you can see it pops that whole magazine hopper right out, and it opens that whole inner area. Now, you know, just looking at this, I'm like, man, you could almost fit 60, 75 rounds into that bigger upper area there if you made a nice little top tray, which again, some people do. And to throw these back in, you just throw it right back in and you're good to go. Or again, pull the trigger, pop it out, and you got a whole nother hopper ready to go. Now, if you notice this, on the back of the hopper, there's these little clips. Now, I haven't seen this, but I assume those little clips are for you to carry, right? Like on a mag or put them in a backpack or something like that. Because I don't see anything in the actual back of the blaster that really does anything with a clip, other than that's like kind of a holder. So I don't know. I haven't seen anybody do that at my local Nerf wars where they carry multiple of these. They usually just carry a pouch or like a satchel and just dump balls right into the actual hopper itself. So maybe that is a thing, but I haven't seen it. So one of the things to notice about the front of this blaster is, yeah, there's no Picatinny rail on the top. I wish it was going to be there, right? I really wish, but there was no Picatinny rail on the top or the sides. There's just a small one right up there on the front. So if you do get like a foregrip or something like that, you can add it there. I mean, I don't really know what I'm going to put there. Maybe a light or something if I'm playing at night. But for the most part, yeah, I really wish they would have put that on the top so you can do something like a red dot scope or some type of aiming mechanism on the top of this. Because again, you are shooting a lot of balls, and I wish there was a better way to aim it other than just kind of that small piece at the end. But who knows? Maybe they'll come out with something here soon, or somebody will come out with a 3D printed something. I don't know. I could definitely see it coming in the future. On the front of the gun as well, you have, or the blaster, you have, of course, your little kind of ball checker slash unjammer. So you slide that orange piece forward after pushing the button. Then you can dig your ball out of there or whatever got stuck in there easily, because there's really no other way to access it unless you pull out your whole actual hopper. So you close that. Now the big one, right? How is this thing powered? So right up in the front, you have that little battery slot, which is going to be orange. So on the bottom, you simply push the button and pull back on that lever. It's going to pop out the actual 9.6 volt rechargeable nickel metal hydride battery. And this is what I've been hoping for forever from Rival. Before, yes, you guys had these right here, which are the 7.2 volt nickel metal hydrides, which are 1500 milliamps. And it's only 7.2 volts, right? And a lot of the Rival blasters really need 9.6, and that's what they typically run on with these, right? These big trays of C or D batteries are usually 9 volts or 9.5 volts, which is just, again, which is kind of crazy. So I have a bunch of these, which have been great, but I really wish all of them had some type of conversion to use these. That would be awesome. As you can see, I mean, the 9.6 volt battery is like not even half the size of the older, nickel metal hydride 7.2 volt battery pack. And it actually weighs about the same, which is kind of weird. So to put this battery in, you just put it right in the front, kind of the top goes in first, clicks right in, and you're good to go. I mean, it lasts. I mean, I could shoot probably 800-900 rounds out of this thing, and you're still getting a good, nice punch. I don't know exactly how many rounds you can get out of here, but it is a lot on a charge. Same thing again with the smaller rechargeable battery packs here. You get a lot of shots out of these with really whatever blaster you're using from Nerf Rival that we use these on. Now, the big one too, FPS, right? Trying to cruise through this fast for you guys. The FPS on this thing, it's supposed to be right around about 95 and 100, and you can see we get exactly that, right around about 95. But the big thing here, guys, is the rate of fire, and it's full auto. So on most of the Nerf Rival blasters, you hold it, it's just one shot, one shot, one shot, one shot, with the exception of a few. But this one is, again, no slouch. So you pretty much rev it, here we go, and you hold the trigger. Watch this. I don't even know if you guys saw that, but I just blasted off probably like 8-9 rounds in that quick, and it went everywhere. So that is one of the cool things I think about this, is that rate of fire. You can really lay down that suppressive fire. And we have a couple guys, again, in our Nerf wars that primarily use these, and they're just dumping balls in there, and they're just laying blast rounds downrange. And you got to duck this thing. I mean, this puts so much rounds downrange that you have no choice but to duck it. This is probably the fastest hands down Nerf Rival blaster that I put my hands on. Between, again, all of these different ones that we've done, this is hands down the fastest. Unless you mod something, but stock for stock, this is just crazy. Now, overall, I love this thing. Man, for $100, I almost want to pick up 2 or 3 more, because when we have the Nerf battles and neighbor kids and things like that want to come play, the first gun they want to go for, the blaster, is this right here. But hands down. So I try to say, hey, no, let's even the playing field and pick something else that we got, because usually who has this, they can just spam. They don't got to carry a bunch of extra clips. So they did it right with this blaster. I think this is one of the very first ones where I'm like, man, this thing just absolutely rocks. So for $100, I say pick it up. If you can pick one up used for, 75 or 60 bucks, oh, just pick it up. I mean, having that extra battery, the ease of use with the charger and everything, just make this thing exactly what I've been wanting in a blaster for a very long time. 9.6 volts, rechargeable battery pack, fully auto, 95 FPS, a nice tight little package, a hopper with 40 rounds. I just love it. So I'm very curious to see what they come out with, during their next line of Nerf blasters, because if they keep following this, I think it's going to be definitely awesome. I'm hoping for some type of automatic shotgun or something like that in the future, or a really good, nice kind of sniper rifle. I mean, they had a couple like this one that we've done here, which is not electronic, but an electronic sniper rifle I think would be cool. I don't know. I mean, I think that would be awesome that shoots rifle rounds, but who knows what's coming up. Anyways, hope you guys like this overview of this, and it gives a good light on some of the features and things like that about this, because again, I think the Perses just absolutely just devastates out there. Anyways, guys, definitely subscribe if you guys haven't already. Make sure you guys give it in on those giveaways. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this blaster, or if you guys have it. Thanks again, Fox fans.